Creating a company and systems that allow property managers to do their job well is so important to me. This means that they are seamlessly and thoroughly managing properties correctly and therefore adequately protecting the investment of their owners. I started in real estate sales. I was in Melbourne, started in real estate sales, loved it. Moved to Brisbane, and it was a completely different market up there than the legislation is so different up there from Melbourne. So I found myself employed as a leasing consultant and did that, loved it, discovered property management that way. We had the Brisbane floods go on while I was in there, so got handed a couple of sheets of paper to help the property managers. We had 1,000 properties, thousands of properties, to get in touch with all the tenants and the owners and check everything was okay, and found property management. We had about 15 property managers in the little hub where we were in Brisbane, and they would just, as they had properties come available, they would just pop an appointment into my diary and it would just be there. So my day was, I was jumping all over the place in Brisbane, showing property here, getting to know tenants there, approving applications, and that in line with my sales background that I already had really set me up for the fast, high pressure pace of property management. I started working for a company in New Zealand as a business development manager for property management. I was sourcing new properties, going through, talking to the owners, pricing the properties. I've priced so many properties across Australia and New Zealand, and got to know the owners and what their needs were, what their questions were for me, what was really important to them. So I really had to get to know them to make sure I paired them up with the right property manager and just made sure that all of their needs were met. For me, it's really important to have a property manager to create a middleman. I think it's important for there to be a middleman in any transaction, but in particular property management, because it's a safe place for the tenants to go, it's a safe place for the owners to go. It can be quite difficult when you develop a relationship with your tenants to then go to them and say, hey, look, we're going to put the rent up, or hey, look, we're not happy with something. And the same with tenants coming back the other way. So it's really, really nice to have that middleman and someone who knows what they're doing, has the systems and processes in place to adequately look after those needs. And it means it's in the best interest of both the owner and the tenant, the relationship between them. Telos's point of difference was the most important thing that I put a huge amount of thought into our point of difference. And we came up with the Telos 10, which is our 10 points of difference, which you'll probably hear us talking a lot about. But to summarise the whole Telos 10 would be our point of difference is with every issue that we have, with every new client, with every tenant, with every owner, is to be solution-based property managers. So our goal is to take all of the stress out of managing properties for our owners and take that on and have the right processes in place to make sure that we really protect their investment, because at the end of the day, this is one of the largest investments that they are going to ever own, and it's really important that it's looked after.